What's up, guys? This is Mr. Murphy here, gonna teach you how to make a house in Google SketchUp. So Google SketchUp is a 3D modeling program, and so what we're gonna do is get familiar with how to operate the 3D space. So just for sampling, I'm gonna draw a rectangle using the rectangle tool down on the ground like this, and I'm gonna use the push tool and pull it up. Just so you can see that when you scroll the mouse, it's 3D. You rotate the mouse, click and hold the mouse wheel, and this happens. And if you click and hold the mouse wheel and hold shift, you get the side to side. So those are important things to think about when operating the 3D space. Now, what's up with this? He is there to help you keep proportions when building your house or whatever it is that you're going to build. So the idea is to keep a house in the relatively correct amount of sizing. So let's see, it would be something like that, right? He would fit into that house. If you delete him and you try to build a house, you can build a house that is way too big. And way too tall, and would not work in this situation. So keep him around for a while at least. And so the key to making a house is to make sure it's big enough for the occupants, and you could do a roof for that house. And then let me show you how to do a roof. So you're going to take the pencil and you're going to go from one spot, click once, up into the sky, and then down to the other corner. Now, the reason why I'm very specific about the sky is because if you don't do that and you try to make your roof, it's going to look like that. It's going to fall down. It's going to be very frustrating. So the key is to make sure you're looking at the sky as you make your roof. Okay? So once you make your roof, you can pull it out using the pull tool, and you get a roof. Now, if you know anything about houses, you will never see the roof right up against the wall like that. That is not going to work. So what most houses have are what are called an overhang. So I need you guys to try that. You're going to use the push-pull tool, and you're going to push in all sides of the house just so you have a real overhang. Okay, so let's say you wanted to change the you wanted to have something, I don't know, maybe you wanted to have part of your house to stick out the side here, because a square boring house is not good. The important part is to make sure that when you draw your rectangles, you make sure you don't get the front edge of the roof, you get the back edge, which is right there when you make your rectangle. And then you're going to use the push-pull tool and pull on out, or push, or pull. Now, it doesn't pull right away, and that's because somehow it gets hung up, but you just keep trying, and eventually it'll happen. Now, roofing, so this is an important part of architecture and functionality. You never want to have both roofs be like this, okay? Because what happens is water traps in here and leaks in your house. That'll never happen. Look at any house that you drive by, okay? What has to happen instead is your roof needs to be this opposite way of the original roof, okay? Whoops, got a little crazy there. It needs to be the opposite way as the original roof. See how this one goes that way, now it goes that way, and you pull in that way. Okay, so any house you look at, you'll see like that. Even dormers, little windows, whatever, there's always going to be a contrast in how the roof is roofs come together, and that's so that water can fall down the sides. Again, with this one, we're going to push it back. I'm going to push this in because that's what natural houses look like, overhang. Okay, so this is the fundamental kind of introduction to how to make a house, but you can use whatever variations of this you like. If you wanted to, I'll put a porch in here, those kinds of things. If you want a screen in back porch, for example, you would do the same thing, making sure that you get underneath, Okay, make sure you get underneath here. Let's make a big one like that. Okay, and then you pull it out. Sometimes it doesn't go, so you try again. There we go, that worked. You know, and if you wanted to, well, you could have a roof that kind of, these are not very attractive roofs, but you can do a roof that just goes, you know, up to the, let's see, how would that work? You could draw out, notice the colors when you're drawing lines. See the red? That means it's parallel with the red axis, which is very, very good to know. And then this is parallel with the blue. Okay, so you could have a roof using the move tool that is, you know, whoops, that's a little quirky. That is, you know, kind of a roof that goes like that. Whoops, that's not going to work either. You got to be careful on how you lay these down, but let me try another plan here. So another option is to draw a rectangle on the roof like this, and then use your pencil, connect from here to here, and then from here to there. There we go. So there's those kinds of roofs. Those are not as attractive, but they do serve a good function, right? Right. If you ever get this kind of thing going on, you could just you just need to redraw the lines and it'll fill in. But those roofs don't work out very well. So I highly recommend, you know, roofs that are this. Remembering to punch in the sides. And so what a screened in porch might look like is drawing an additional rectangle. And when you move on to how to do windows in my next tutorial, I'll show you this. It is the offset tool. The offset tool allows you to make trim work. See how it makes a perfect rectangle inside a rectangle? I like doing that. It's very, very, very useful. It makes it look really nice. Pull this out a little bit and use the paint can. You can use a gray color. Edit that gray color. Oops. And drop the translucency down, which is, where's that feature? Oh, opacity, here we go. So this is the opacity to make it look screen, okay? Dropping down the level of which the color is being shown. All right, so that's, you know, doing screen in. If you wanted to screen up the whole thing, you're gonna have to do it on this side as well, and the opposite side. Some of you might want to have this side be screen and then say this side to be like a doorway. So you would do something along this lines. Okay, using the offset tool. And when making a door, the offset tool, you bring it down to the bottom like that, because doorways actually have trim that complete all the way to the ground. And then the door itself, you add an extra offset for the door. In this case, it's going to be like sort of like that. Maybe move the door up. Or no, I can't do that just yet. And then add the paint can screen for the screen door, etc., etc., etc. All right. So as you're making your house, consider these trim work features. That makes the house look really, really nice. Remember to do overhang. Did I do it there? Yes, I did. Okay. Please look at the next tutorial on how to make windows. Very, very important. A tutorial on how to make ground. Also very, very, very important, because if you wanted to put in a pool and some walkways and a backyard, playground, those kinds of things, you're going to need those tutorials. So check those out.